Imagine explaining to your grandkids that World War III started because two countries couldn't agree on how lobsters move. In 1961, the Lobster War almost started World War III, and nobody talks about it. Brazil and France went to the brink of armed conflict because they couldn't agree on whether lobsters walk or swim. I'm dead serious. The Lobster War, also known as the Lobster Operation. In Portuguese, Guerra da Lagosta. In French, Conflit de la Langouste, was a dispute over spiny lobsters that occurred from 1961 to 1963 between Brazil and France. The Brazilian government refused to allow French fishing vessels to catch spiny lobsters 100 miles, 160 kilometers off Brazil's northeastern coast. French fishing boats kept harvesting lobsters off the Brazilian coast. Brazil told them to stop. France refused. Their argument? Lobsters walk on the ocean floor, so they're not technically fish, which means they can harvest them under international maritime law. Brazil said that's ridiculous. By that logic, kangaroos would be birds because they hop. The tension escalated fast. Brazil sent warships. France sent a destroyer. The two navies faced off in the Atlantic, while diplomats argued about lobster locomotion. Britain got pulled in because they had treaties with both countries. The entire situation was absurd but genuinely dangerous. At one point, Brazilian Admiral Paulo Bociccio said if the French didn't leave, he'd open fire. Meanwhile, marine biologists were frantically trying to explain that lobsters do both. They walk and swim. The conflict dragged on for 2 years. There were threats. There were near misses. There were actual naval standoffs, all over crustaceans. Eventually, France backed down, but only after Brazil agreed to let them fish in other areas. The dispute ended with the signing of an agreement on the 10th December 1964 that granted to 26 French ships the right to fish for a period no longer than 5 years if they delivered to Brazilian fishermen a certain amount of profit from their fishing activities in the so-called designated areas. History is wild. The Lobster War is proof that humans will fight about literally anything, and sometimes the dumbest conflicts are the most dangerous ones.